You just spent 3 solid hours doing deep work with an AI.
Mm-hmm.
You mapped out massive decisions for your ongoing work. But 3 days later,
Yeah.
you are endlessly scrolling through your old chat logs. You need to find one tiny missing detail.
Right.
And you are doing this because the AI just completely forgot a crucial deadline.
It is the absolute worst feeling.
It really is.
Well, welcome to the deep dive. We're
Yeah.
incredibly thrilled to have you listening today. We have a lot to cover.
We do. We have a very clear roadmap for this session. Today's mission is to break down the 3 levels of AI memory.
Exactly.
We want you to keep your important context secure. You should really never have to dig through old chats again.
Right. Nobody has time for that.
No, they don't. So we will explore the basic built-in memory features first. Then we will explore building a completely custom file-based system.
We absolutely have to understand the default state of AI memory, though.
Right.
I mean, we need to do that before we can actually fix it.
That brings us right to the starting line. Let us examine what we call level 1 memory.
Yeah. The baseline.
Exactly. This is the global AI memory layer.
Yeah.
So what exactly is happening under the hood here?
So global AI memory is the basic baseline layer you get right now.
Mm.
You find this operating in ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini. It basically works by silently attaching your preferences to every new conversation.
Like an invisible system prompt.
Exactly. It is an invisible system prompt running in the background.
Okay, so it essentially remembers the broad strokes of your professional life.
Right.
It keeps track of your specific job or your daily role. It notes the tone you usually use in your writing.
Exactly. It tracks the writing preferences you mentioned most frequently.
Okay.
Let us say you prefer to write short, natural emails. The AI logs that specific preference in its global database.
So when you start a brand new chat session on Tuesday?
The AI applies that writing style without asking you again.
Wow, so it bypasses that initial friction of setting up the persona.
Yeah, it saves a ton of time.
Yeah.
You can actually verify this mechanism for yourself right now.
Oh.
Yeah. In ChatGPT, navigate through your settings to find this layer, go to personalization, then memory, and finally click manage.
Okay.
That dashboard shows you exactly what the AI has saved globally.
But this is where the cracks start to show, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Global AI memory can easily miss important granular project details.
Mm-hmm.
You might have a brand new deadline for a launch. Or you might have a crucial decision from a strategy meeting.
Right.
The AI simply cannot always remember every single moving part.
No, it cannot. And we can actually run a quick test of this global memory.
How does that work?
You can try this out with a very simple prompt. You tell the AI to explicitly update its internal memory.
Okay.
You say your upcoming presentation is on October 6th, and you state you prefer short, direct slide headlines.
Got it. Then you go and start a completely new blank chat.
Exactly.
You ask the AI what it remembers about your upcoming presentation. You also ask what it remembers about your writing preferences.
Right. If the AI saved that information correctly, you will see it immediately.
The presentation date should appear right there in the final answer.
Yeah. You should also clearly see your specific writing preference applied.
That sounds great on the surface, but we really need to look at the massive limitation here.
We do.
Global memory is like having a very eager personal assistant.
Mm-hmm.
This assistant perfectly remembers how you take your morning coffee, but they have absolutely no idea what actual project you're working on.
That is an incredibly accurate way to look at it.
Right.
Yeah. Global memory stretches across many different unrelated conversations at once. The AI has to balance information useful in vastly different situations.
Which creates a very messy digital filing cabinet.
Exactly.
I mean, you probably do not want a work presentation deadline suddenly showing up, especially while you were just trying to plan a relaxing weekend trip.
Right, and we call that phenomenon context collapse.
Context collapse. Okay.
Because of that massive risk, global AI memory is intentionally limited. It simply is not a reliable place for full project histories.
Let us say you made a key design decision yesterday.
Yeah.
You might clearly remember why you chose that specific layout, but the AI can still completely forget it in a new chat.
Mm-hmm.
Why does the system fail to retrieve that specific detail?
It fails because the context window gets incredibly diluted over time.
Ah, okay.
You are basically expecting it to pull a needle from a massive haystack.
Yeah.
Now, You can try to connect your Google Drive to fix this gap.
Right, or you can ask the AI to use a meeting transcript as context.
Exactly.
That works reasonably well when the information exists in a saved document. But what if that important decision only lives in an old chat?
Yeah, that happens all the time.
What if it emerged from a very quick phone call?
Or maybe an in-person conversation that you simply never documented anywhere.
Right.
The AI will absolutely miss that critical information entirely. It cannot reference what it cannot clearly see in its active memory.
So if global memory is just a broad baseline, how do we fence off specific work to keep it clean?
We use project-specific memory to wall off your related data.
That makes total sense. Because global memory mixes absolutely everything together by default. We desperately need a way to build a wall around specific tasks. This leads us directly into level 2 of AI memory.
Level 2 is what we call project AI memory.
Right.
If that global baseline feels way too broad, you use this. Use project AI memory to keep one single project highly focused.
Okay, so inside a specific project workspace, you keep everything nicely grouped together.
Yeah, exactly like stacking Lego blocks of data.
Nice. You keep all your related chats enclosed in one single place. You keep your relevant files and instructions right there beside them.
This specific architecture gives the AI much more useful, targeted context.
Right.
When you come back tomorrow, the AI knows exactly where to look. With Project AI Memory, you actively separate your different types of work.
So you can keep the research for one presentation totally isolated.
Yeah.
Or you can use a project for a single complex marketing campaign.
Exactly. You could dedicate one workspace to a specific client engagement.
Okay, and the AI uses those previous conversations inside the project as strict context.
It references them perfectly when you start a new chat inside.
By actively choosing this project-only memory setting, you create a boundary. The AI only references chats from inside that specific walled garden. It completely ignores saved memories or conversations from the outside world.
That gives you a significantly cleaner, much more reliable boundary.
Right?
You use this when you want one project to stay completely separate. It prevents your weekend travel plans from bleeding into your work deadlines.
We should walk through a quick test for this project memory, too.
We should, yeah.
To test this properly, you have to change your approach slightly. You do not tell the AI to explicitly remember things globally. You've completely ignored that level 1 command here.
Exactly. You simply work completely normally in one of your project chats.
Okay.
Then you check what the AI carries forward into another chat. But that new chat must remain strictly inside the same project workspace.
Got it. So in that very first chat, you paste a simple status update.
Yeah.
You say you are currently working on a new presentation. You state that version 1 of the presentation is officially finished. You remind the system the presentation is on October 6th.
Right. And you state that your very next step is doing the visual polish.
Okay.
You also add that Tim Cookie and John Turnip are confirmed attendees.
Then you ask the AI to help you improve those slide headlines.
Yeah.
You want to finish that before you move to the visual polish.
Exactly.
After the AI responds to you, you test the internal memory. You start a brand new chat inside that same exact project.
Right. You ask the AI to tell you where you are with the presentation. You ask what specific task you should be working on next. You also ask it to list who the confirmed attendees actually are.
If the walled garden works, the AI brings back the exact status.
It does.
It brings back the visual polish step and those specific attendee details.
Yeah.
You can clearly see how Project AI Memory carries context across chats. It does this flawlessly as long as you stay inside that workspace.
But we absolutely need to talk about where Project AI Memory fails.
We do.
Even inside a heavily guarded project, you cannot assume absolute perfection. You should never assume every small detail comes back perfectly every time.
I have to admit something here.
Yeah.
I still wrestle with prompt drift myself.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
The AI just slowly loses the thread of the project over time. It starts hallucinating details or reverting to older, outdated instructions.
It happens to absolutely everyone who uses these tools extensively.
It really is frustrating.
The AI can still easily miss a minor but crucial update. It might reference older context when your active project changes over time.
Let us say reality shifts and you suddenly change a deadline. Or maybe you need to add a brand new attendee to the meeting. You really must verify that detail when accuracy truly matters.
Right. Once you notice something is wrong, you are forced to correct it.
Yeah.
You correct the project context directly in the active chat interface. You explicitly tell the AI you need to update one project detail.
So you tell it the presentation is actually now on October 30.
Exactly.
You forcefully clarify that it is no longer happening on October 6. With only a few active projects, you can manage these manual checks. You can usually do it without too much trouble at all.
But as your overall professional workload grows, things get much harder.
They really do.
You have to actively monitor many more shifting project details. Those constant manual corrections inside a chat interface become really annoying.
Yeah.
Critical project updates will inevitably start to slip through the cracks.
I hear that, but let me push back for a second.
Sure.
Why is managing my own system better than just letting the AI figure it out? What happens when manual corrections in these projects just become too overwhelming?
You build your own file-based system to take total control.
Sponsor. Let us unpack this transition.
Yeah, let's do it.
When the mental overhead of manually correcting AI projects gets too high, we have to stop letting the black box manage the memory for us. We have to start managing it entirely ourselves.
Right.
This brings us to level 3.
Level 3 means building your own AI memory system from scratch.
Okay.
At this advanced level, you keep AI memory inside your own folders. You use plain text files instead of letting the AI guess your context.
This setup works infinitely better when you have dozens of projects.
Oh, absolutely.
You need to know exactly what context will be used next. You need to guarantee this before your next deep work session begins.
Some power users already build these highly advanced memory systems today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they build them with specific markdown files like claw-edmd. They build external memory layers that keep useful context highly organized.
That is fascinating. But you absolutely do not need to start with a massive complex system.
No, not at all.
You can begin with just one very simple plain text file. You can call this foundational file memory.md.
This specific text file works exactly like a physical treasure map.
I like that analogy.
It acts as a map of your entire professional workspace. Let us say you are using an AI called Claude Cowork.
Okay.
Claude Cowork can read this map to deeply understand your workflow.
By pointing the AI to a specific markdown file, you bypass the mess.
Exactly.
You force its context window to look exactly where you want it to. It learns exactly which projects you are currently actively working on. It learns exactly where the related historical context actually lives.
And inside that memory.md file, you keep just a few critical things.
Like what?
You list out all of your currently active ongoing projects. You list the specific file folder for each of those active projects.
Okay.
You clearly state the current status of every single project.
You also list the specific files Claude Cowork should read next.
Yeah.
You list the exact files it needs when you return to work.
Right.
When you want to continue a complex project, the process is brilliantly simple.
Claude Cowork can simply read that memory.md file first thing. It can quickly find the exact right folder for your specific task. It can perfectly load the precise context you actually need right now.
You do not have to endlessly scroll through old chats ever again.
Never again.
You do not have to scroll just to remember where you stopped yesterday. Each project folder can hold significantly more detailed memory too.
Those dedicated folders can hold your specific shifting project deadlines.
Right?
They can hold your important architectural decisions and your meeting notes. They hold your specific working rules and your currently open tasks.
Level 3 is ultimately about regaining absolute sovereignty over your data.
Yes.
You can open these plain text files yourself anytime you want. You can verify exactly what Claude Cowork will use next session. We can already see this brilliant idea operating in real workflows today.
Pauas Hurin shared a fascinating second brain system for product managers.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, he explicitly stores his professional knowledge in Markdown files for this exact purpose.
He actually stores those files inside a Git repo. Git repo, a system to track changes in computer files.
Exactly.
He uses a master file called kinade.md for system navigation. This file helps Claude find the exact right context every single time.
Vaibhav Sisanti recently shared a very similar, highly effective setup too.
I think I read about that.
He uses plain Markdown files as a dedicated external memory layer. Claude can read these lightweight files again and again as needed.
Right.
He does this instead of relying on a messy, long chat history.
2-sec silence. Whoa, beat. Imagine scaling this to 1 billion queries.
Yeah.
Entire companies running incredibly complex workflows just using simple text files as a map. It fundamentally changes how we interact with these large language models.
The true beauty of this system lies in the sheer simplicity.
It really does.
You do not have to use the exact file names we mentioned here. You do not have to strictly use memory.md or keyludmd.
The main idea is just moving important long-term context around securely.
Yeah.
You move it into transparent files. You can actually open yourself. You can easily check and meticulously edit these files whenever you need.
This specific architectural setup gives you significantly more control overall.
Right.
You never have to guess what the AI still accurately remembers. You never guess which specific deadline or project decision is currently active.
When something important changes in the real world, you just open the text file.
Exactly.
You fix the incorrect information right there at the fundamental source. If your project gets a brand new rule or a different next step, you simply save that new update directly in the right folder.
And Claude Cowork can then read the very latest context perfectly.
That is so clean.
It does this reliably the next time you return to the project. You still let the AI handle the heavy computational lifting for you.
The AI handles the heavy work of reading all those complex folders.
Yeah.
It synthesizes the useful context and updates your actual project progress. But your crucial memory stays inside a workspace that you completely control.
You can actively catch old information before it affects your next task. You do not have to blindly rely on the AI's hidden retrieval system.
How do you know exactly when to switch from project memory to a full file system?
Switch when managing multiple complex projects demands absolute context accuracy.
We have covered a massive amount of conceptual ground here today.
We really have.
We should clearly summarize this framework for everyone listening right now.
Let's do a very quick practical decision matrix.
Okay.
You do not need the most advanced file-based setup from day one.
Right.
Your choice depends entirely on how complex your current daily work is. It depends on how much granular context you need to keep around.
Global memory is really just for your basic, everyday preferences.
Yeah.
It is best when you want the AI to remember your broad role. It is strictly for your tone and your general writing preferences.
And project memory is for juggling a few distinct ongoing tasks.
Mm-hmm.
You use it in enclosed spaces for specific isolated projects. You want the AI to keep deadlines and status updates neatly isolated.
Building your own AI memory system is for the heavy lifters.
No, definitely.
It is for managing many complex, long-term projects at the same time. Absolute detail control is critically important at this high level. You want to read, edit, and control memory directly in your folders.
If your daily work is still relatively simple, start with the basics.
Right.
Global memory or built-in project memory is usually more than enough.
But as your total number of active projects grows, old details start to matter.
Yeah, they do.
That is when your own AI memory system becomes incredibly useful. You can begin experimenting with the basic memory features already available right now.
As your specific projects become more complex, transition to a file-based setup. It gives you a much clearer, transparent place to keep your context. It fiercely protects the information that you simply do not want to lose.
Think about when you return to deep work tomorrow morning or even next week.
Right.
Or maybe you return to a complex project many months later. Your AI memory system should help you continue from the exact right place.
Exactly.
It should do this without you blindly digging through old chats again.
It is all about maintaining your creative momentum and your deep focus.
Pete, I want you to consider something fascinating before we go today. What if the ultimate secret to getting the most out of AI memory isn't waiting for the technology to get better at remembering, but learning to organize our own human workspaces more intentionally? Start small with the basic built-in features we discussed today. Try them out before you build your own complex markdown maps. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. OUTRO music.